Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Aquatic Ballpark. You're watching State League Baseball live on EBSN Eagles Baseball Sports Network. It's round 13 here. It's the final round until the Christmas break. Your Manly Eagles are taking on the visiting Canterbury Vikings, last year's defending champions. We are underway here. We're currently in the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 ball game. Connor McDonald doubling to the fence in the top of the first. Travis McDonald with a bloop single into right field in the top of the second inning. The only hit so far in this game. Both pitchers with 4 strikeouts each. Batting for the Eagles is Aiden Torpy. Sorry, 3 strikeouts for Travis McDonald. Can't get 5 strikeouts in one inning, as he fouls that one off there. 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Aiden Torpy. The Eagles coming off a win and a loss last round against the Baulkham Hills Kookaburras. They shut them out on the Wednesday night game out at Blacktown International Sports Park. 5 great innings from Josh Gessner. And the veteran Jimmy Miller shutting down the Baulkham Hills lineup in the second half of the game to complete the shutout. As Torpy fouls that one off. Extends his at-bat here to lead off the bottom of the second inning. 3-2 now for Torpy. And another foul ball from the Manly starting third baseman. And he'll see his 7th pitch of his at-bat. Sunday saw the Eagles score 7 runs early against the Kookaburras. A 3-run home run by the Wednesday night starter for Baulkham Hills, Heath Gray, got them back in the game as Aiden Torpy goes down on strikes. First out here in the bottom of the second inning. Heath Gray got the offense started for Baulkham Hills. They were able to tie the game up in the 7th inning. And a big winning run coming by the way of a sac fly in the bottom of the 8th for the Baulkham Hills side. The Eagles had their chance in the top of the 9th with loaded bases, but they were just short. Suffering only their second loss in the last 6 outings, certainly playing some good baseball at the moment. They've climbed their way back to 5th spot on the standings as Yoshi Umezawa takes the 0-1 offering, punches the ball to the shortstop, Brendan Sparks for the Vikings, and that's the second out here in the bottom of the second inning. So Gaz Matto here hitting in the 7 hole for the Eagles, 2 away. Ball down for a strike. McDonald had early here in this one. That pitch missing on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike now for the Manly left fielder tonight. Adam O'Neill in right field will bring you the lineups at the end of this inning. Turn 1 now for Matto. And that ball in for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball looks like it was 3 and 2, so ball 4 there. Matto aboard. 2 out walk to get things started here in the bottom of the second inning. Umpires tonight behind the plate, Billy Green. First base umpire, Keith Lehman. And at third base, currently standing in the middle of the infield with the runner on first, is Philip Choi. Matto with the lead at first. Adam taking that pitch down and away for ball 1. Foul ball there, 1 ball and a strike. Ball 2 there, so 2 balls and 1 strike for Adam O'Neill, playing over in right field tonight. Looking to move Gabriel Matto over. Extend this bottom of the second inning. Lifts that ball into right field. And a well taken catch there by Brad Simon, running in a very long way to make that one. That'll finish the bottom of the second inning. Both teams locked at 0 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. The Vikings hitting here in the top of the third inning. It's going to be the third baseman, Aaron Riley, to get things started for the visitors. 0-0 ball game here so far. And Josh Gashner starts with a strike, so no ball and 1 strikes here. Foul ball off the hands, so Gessner ahead, 0-2. Straight over our heads here in the broadcast booth. We do have a camera slightly exposed, so hopefully it stays away from that. A ball and 2 strikes now for Riley. And there's the ground ball hit to Aidan Torpey at third base. Picks up, throws across the diamond. Connor McDonald with the grab, and that'll be the first out of the top of the third inning. Aidan Torpey, a very busy man on Sunday, made 5 very good, strong plays in that battle with the Balkan Mills Kookaburras. And that's the first out here in the top of the third inning. So Riley Taylor, the second baseman, batting in the 9 hole. Takes a big swing at that one, and he's behind, no balls and 1 strike. Riley Taylor called for a swing on that one, so no balls and 2 strikes here for Gessner. 1 pitch away from his 5th strikeout victim of the night. And there's strike 3. So 2 away here. Gessner working very quickly here. So back to the top of the lineup for the Vikings. It's going to be Brandon Sparks. And the curveball there, getting Gessner ahead. No balls and a strike. That ball on the knees, a strike 2. Gessner again working very quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Sparks striking out in his first at bat. Looking to correct things here. As Gessner steps off the mound. And that ball down the middle for strike 3. So that'll finish the top of the third inning. Manly and Canterbury locked up at no runs each. We'll be heading to the bottom of the third. And it'll be the rookie in his first game for the Manly Eagles, Treg Habercorn, to lead things off. Manly lineup tonight leading things off. Jalen Ray at shortstop. Jules Kremer doing the catching behind the plate. Connor McDonald at first base. Rodney Van Busing in the DH role batting 4. Adam Torpy gets the job done at third base tonight. Yoshi Umazama at second base. Gabriel Matto at left field. Adam O'Neill in right field. And as I just said, Treg Havercorn, fresh off the plane this morning, feeling no ill effects of his long flight time. He gets his start in centre field tonight. And your starting pitcher, number 20, Josh Gessner. So Treg Habercorn, left-handed hitter. As I said, arrived this morning. Native of Indiana. Played 4 years at the University of Cincinnati. Out in Australia to experience life and baseball down under. Very glad to have Treg joining us today just in time for the second half of the season. He'll get 2 games under his belt before the Christmas break. Play a key part in continuing Manly's momentum climb back up the ladder and hopefully into the playoffs come the end of February. A ball and 2 strikes now for Treg. That ball down in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he goes down on the change up there. First out of the bottom of the 3rd inning. They'll turn the lineup over for the young shortstop in Jalen Ray. And he will take the first pitch offering from McDonald into centre field. It won't get down in time. It will get down in time. Out of the reach of the Vikings centre fielder. Stuart Urich out there for the Vikings tonight. And J. Ray will be aboard with a hit here to get things started in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jules Kremer now. Dutch catcher. Shows bunt but pulls it away and McDonald leaves the ball up. Kremer ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. Bit of jibber jabber coming out of the Vikings dugout. As Kremer lifts that ball up high into the night sky. Shortstop Brandon Sparks underneath that one. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. They'll bring up the first baseman, Connor McDonald. Doubled in his last at bat. A few of the spectators held their breath. They thought the ball might have gotten out of the ballpark. That ball up and away for ball 1. Stayed in to a little bit of a breeze out at right centre, blowing across the diamonds. And that ball caught a strike inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Trey McDonald checking on Jalen Ray over at first base. That ball into the foot of McDonald. So that'll be a hit by pitch. And that'll put 2 runners on for the Eagles here with 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rod Van Buren hacking at that first pitch from Travis McDonald. Can't get past the 3rd baseman down there, and he is put out on the fielder's choice, and that'll end the 3rd inning. Manly and Canterbury Vikings locked up at 0 here in the bottom of the 3rd on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. Canterbury lining up. Brandon Sparks letting things off, playing shortstop. Young Will Fullerton doing the catching tonight. Luke Rakowski at first base. Jackson White in left field. Travis McDonald pitching for the Vikings tonight. Stuart Urick in centre field. Mitch Simon in right field. Aaron Riley at third base. And Riley Taylor at second base. And you can ignore the starting pitcher on the bottom of that graphic. Good work, Andy. I did point that out to you last time when you were doing it. Yeah. So that's the Canterbury lineup for tonight. Less Luke Kovac. Unless he's a late minute transfer from the Central Coast, I don't think so. So Will Fulton will lead things off here in the top of the fourth inning. The young catcher for the Vikings struck out in his last at-bat. And he puts that ball down in the dirt. Yoshi Umezawa across the diamond. A great pick up and throw by the second baseman. Very good scoop there by Connor McDonald at first base. And that'll be one pitch and one out here in the top of the fourth inning. Very strong infielder Yoshi Umezawa. Came a long way. That ball just wasn't hit very hard. They died as it got to Umezawa. But Umezawa was quick enough to get there. Made a good throw across his body on the run. And although it was in the dirt, very agile, Connor McDonald at first base finished the play. And that's the first out of the top of the fourth inning. Luke Rakowski now. 11 appearances, 8 of them as a starter. He's 8 for 32. As he grounds that ball foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Josh Gessner working very positively here this evening. Ahead very early in every count. And Gessner with the curveball for strike 3. So on 4 pitches, we have 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. We'll bring up the left fielder Jackson White. 13 games played so far, hitting .370. 17 hits on his 46 at-bats, and he swings at the first pitch from Gessner. $11 walks and 16 strikes out for White. He's behind here, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Fouls that one off over to the back and over the clubhouse. So Gessner ahead, 0-2. And a swing there from Jackson White. That'll finish the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Aiden Torpy, Yoshi Umezawa, and Gabrielle Matto to come up in the bottom half of the inning. So a pitching change here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Travis McDonough in his first outing of the season, just the 3 innings as he loosens himself up. Travis moves over to first, and first baseman Luke Krakowski goes to the mound. Travis through his 3 innings of work. 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, a walk, a hit by pitch. 13 total batters face. And Krakowski's behind on Torpy. 2 balls and no strikes here. His first batter tonight. (3-0) for Torpy. Japanese not here at the ballpark. It is Josh Gessner's final game in Manly colours before he heads back over to the States. And that'll be in for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. So it's only fitting that we have Japanese Noodle Night on our Japanese superstar Josh Gessner's final game for the season. And Torpy takes that inside for ball 4. And it'll be a lead-off walk for the Manly Eagles. Yoshi Umezawa here. He gets an opportunity to hit with a runner on base in the form of Aiden Torpy and none out. So a ball and a strike for Umezawa. Krakowski just struggling to find his zone at the moment. Floated through the lineup so far has Umezawa. Hitting in the 6 hole tonight. Has been the lead off. Hit at the bottom, hit in the 2 hole. The big swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sorry, 2 balls and 2 strikes for Umazawa. Big welcome to our followers watching on the live stream at EBSN. That ball's lined to second baseman, but it's not going to be in time for the double play. Back at first base. Good base running by Adam Torpy. Froze on the line drive and got back to his base quickly to stay out of the double play. And that's the first out of the bottom of the 4th here. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Gabriel Matto takes strike 1. He walked in his last at bat, so he'll be looking for a similar result here, getting himself his on base any way he can. Try and get some offense started here for the Manly Eagles in this 0-0 ball game. But he is behind, no balls and 2 strikes now. Krakowski finding his zone. And that ball on the inside corner for strike 3. So the second out of the inning. They'll bring up Adam O'Neill here in the 8 hole. And Adam Torpy on the move there. Adam O'Neill grounding the ball. The second baseman broke, but he was able to recover in time, and he will make the play, getting the ball over to first base. 3rd out of the 4th inning, and that'll finish things in the 4th. We still have a 0-0 ball game heading into the top of the 5th on the Procar automatic scoreboard. Travis McDonald here, starting things in the top of the 5th inning. Takes his first pitch for a ball and then cuts off the second one for foul. And it'll be 1 ball and a strike. Certainly got ourselves a pitcher's duel here tonight. And a nice curveball there from Gessner. Gets the second strike of this at bat. A ball and 2 strikes now for McDonald. Singled in the second inning with 1 out. Flied out in his last at bat. And this time he goes up the middle. It'll be a lead-off single here in the top of the 5th inning. And the second hit given up by Josh Gessner through his 4+ innings of work. Bring up Stuart Urick for the visitors. Hitting .217 on the season. 13 hits from his 60 at-bats. Scoring 14 times. And he wears that one and will take first base on the hit by pitch. That ball just getting away from Gessner. Taking him on the shoulder as he's squared around to bunt. So 2 runners on here for the Vikings. First time they've had a runner in scoring position tonight. Mitch Simon. Josh Gessner wheeling back over to second base, keeping Travis McDonald honest over there. So Mitch Simon 3 for 18 in his 6 games played so far. Scoring 5 runs with an RBI, 9 strikeouts and 4 walks. Shows bunt, but it will go foul. Just hit the grass up the third base line. Started to come back fair. Jules Kremer pounced on it quickly, knocked it foul, kept it foul. Be 1 ball and 1 strike for Brad Simon. Mitch Simon, rather. And that one just a little bit loose from Gessner. 2 balls and 1 strike here. None out in the top of the 5th with runners in first and second. Back in the zone there for Gessner. Gets a big swing out of Simon. He's able to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big spot here for the young pitcher. 0-0 ball game, looking to keep it that way. As Mitch Simon just asked for time as this game slows down a little bit here in the top of the 5th. Grand ball there. Straight back to Gessner at the mound, rather. Paused for a second and then shortened his throw by running over towards the base and got it to McDonald. That'll be the first out of the inning. But the runners on the base do move up 90 feet. Probably missed the opportunity for a double play ball there. Travis McDonald moving up to third base. And Stuart Urich now at second. And he gets a swing and a miss from Aaron Riley to start this one. Riley grounded out to Aiden Torpey in the third inning. And Gessner gets ahead, no balls and 1 strike. That one at the belt for strike 2. So Gessner looking like he's found his rhythm again. Big strikeout here if he can get it. The 8-hitter for the Vikings. As he calls for time there. Only 1 hit from his 29 at-bats this season for the Vikings. Gessner offering up high, but Riley taking 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gessner likely to go to the curveball on this one. Down and away. It's his best pitch. Or he goes with the change-up. Straight down the middle, so that's the second out of the inning. His 7th strikeout on the night for Gessner. He's 1 out away from getting out of this mini jam here in the top of the 5th inning. So it'll be Riley Taylor now. Just to confuse things, we've got Aaron Riley and then Riley Taylor in consecutive batting positions in the lineup. So this is Riley Taylor, second baseman for the Vikings tonight. 4 for 41 with 4 runs. Struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. Guess we're hoping to get a similar result here with 2 out in the top of the 5th. Ground ball hit to Umazawa. Gets the timing, comes in, off balance throw, and that'll be the 3rd out. Gets out of that little jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning with Treg Havercorn to lead things off, followed by Josh Gessner and Jules Kremer. Jalen Ray and Jules Kremer. So Treg Habercorn for the Eagles here, leading things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. It could be the end of Josh Gessner's night. We'll find out soon. I did see James Miller warming up in the bullpen. Could we see another 4-inning performance from the veteran lefty as Habercorn takes ball 1 upstairs. Luke Rakowski back out for his 2nd inning of work, and he's behind 2 balls and no strikes. Second time tonight. He started the lead-off with 2 consecutive balls. He threw 3 straight to Gabriel Matto before walking him. And there's the 3rd one, so 3-0 for Habercorn. Looking for his first on-base percentage points here in his first game in Australia. Spent the American winter in Germany in the Bundesliga, Division 2, and he does take the walk. So it's a base on balls for the debutant. I'll turn the lineup over for the Eagles with Jalen Ray coming up, but before that'll happen, we'll have manager Scott Podmore out for a visit. So Jalen Ray steps in for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single to centre field. So 5 straight balls for Krakowski as he starts Ray with a high pitch for ball 1. That pitch called a strike. Probably a touch high and not to Jalen Ray's liking. But it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike now for the Manly shortstop. Looking to get the offense started here for the home team. Habercorn taking his lead over at first. Ray fighting off the curveball. Falls behind now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th here. Wednesday night games being timed games. 2.5 hours. No new innings after 2 hours and 20 minutes. That ball up and away, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. So that means we have a little bit over 1 hour and 3 minutes to play before the 10-minute rule kicks in. 1 hour and 13 minutes of actual time remaining. Scheduled finish time of 9:45 p.m. As Ray loads the count here, fills the count up rather. You load the bases, fill the count. Getting my terminology right. So 3-2. Jalen Ray waiting patiently in the box. Luke Krakowski. Fires it in and Ray will foul it off. It's going to come over the first base side. And Travis McDonald will make the catch in foul territory, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So So despite falling behind, Kokovsky is able to battle all the way back. Jalen Ray certainly isn't an easy out by any stretch of the imagination. Currently leading the league in hitting. Kokovsky checks Habercorn over at first base. Jules Kremer. Strikeout and a fly ball to the shortstop. Habercorn takes off. High throw. And it's going to be a stolen base for Treg Habercorn. There's his first stolen base in Australia. Got a good jump against top lefty. Good strong throw by Fullerton. The pitch was high, so he came up through the pitch. Little bit too much loop on the ball there. Not quite flat enough to get it through in time. And Hagen already struggling with his name. Habercorn moves into scoring position for the catcher, Jules Kremer. So Habercorn, his lead at second. Kremer lifts that one up, but out of play. Into the waiting throng of juniors here. We have kids from the Seasiders Baseball Club up here enjoying the baseball besties. They got to run out with the players at the start of the game. 1-on-1 here for Kremer. So the 1-1 pitch from Kokovsky. Ground ball to the third baseman. Can't get a clean grab on it. And it will be a base hit for Kremer. Hard hit ball. So Manly will have two runners on base here, and Scott Podmore's going to make a pitching change. He's going to go to Mitch Simon. It's going to be a straight swap, 1-9 and 9-1. So Mitch Simon will come into the game from right field. Luke Kokovsky will go out to right field. So 1 inning and 1/3 for Kokovsky. Couple of hits. One hit, a walk, and a strikeout for Kokovsky. But he will be responsible for Jalen Ray and Treg Habercorn. Currently on base, looking to score here, score the first runs of this ball game. So Mitch Simon's got his warm-up pitches done. His first outing of the year. Hard throwing righty, low arm slot. And he will face Connor McDonald, who is 1 for 1 officially with a double to right centre field, as well as a hit by pitch. Spin move, Habercorn back easily. Chilly night here, bit of wind around. There was snow down in the mountains last week. And Billy Green says, yes, Connor, you did swing at that one. So behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here for both teams. Mitch Simon looking for the second out of the inning. Connor McDonald looking to take advantage of a runner in scoring position, and he takes that pitch up for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lifts that ball up high into the air. The left fielder's running across for it. He'll drop the ball. It's going to be called foul. It's going to be called foul by home plate umpire Bill Green. Much to the displeasure of the Manly club. Very close. Just because the ball lands fair doesn't mean it was fair. You can see in the corner of the replay. Unfortunately, don't have the tight angle shot in left field. Maybe we'll spend another couple of $100 on another camera and get that one. Don't have dedicated cameramen on all our cameras to zoom in on that one. Billy Green doesn't often get them wrong, and I think he's got that one 100% right. So Connor McDonald, a ball and 2 strikes. Ball away, so 2 and 2. I thought he had taken it. I was covered by the Canterbury catcher standing on home plate, so I didn't have a good look at it. We look right down that third base line. He's from our broadcast position. I only saw the reaction once they saw him drop the ball. But I definitely thought he was in foul territory at the time. So we'll give benefit of the doubt to Billy Green. So 3-2 now. 1 out. Calls always go against you when you want them. And Connor McDonald will draw the walk. And it will load the bases for Rodney Van Busen, who will come up. So Mitch Simon starts with a strike to Van Busen. Big opportunity for the Eagles to get on the board here and take control of this game in the 5th inning. Strike 2. And he fouls that one off the hands, keeping his at-bat alive. And that ball off the fist is going to be to the second baseman. Riley Taylor there. He'll make the out. And it's the second out of the inning. Just jamming up Van Busen there, but it was enough to get the ball to sit up. Riley Taylor back underneath it. And Torpy cuts that thing into right field, but Luke Krakowski is going to be there. And Canterbury will escape the threat, so still a 0-0 ball game through 5 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So Josh Gessner back out for his 6th inning of work here tonight. We thought he might have been done, especially after the long bottom of the 5th inning. But he's gone back out there. Obviously his pitch count's going to be pretty low, so it probably worked in his favour. It's been very economical tonight. Probably his best outing of the year. Although he certainly pitched very well last Wednesday night as well. So he's facing the leadoff man, Brandon Sparks, and he's quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And that ball will be hit fair down the line, out of the reach of Connor McDonald, much to the displeasure of the Manly Eagles players and their bench. So it's another leadoff guy, another leadoff at bat here for the Vikings. Bit of discussion going on here as to what the ruling is. Umpires are going to get together and have a discussion. You think the longer this discussion goes, the more likely it is his call might be overturned. It's going to be a foul ball, so Brandon Sparks will come back. The double will be taken off the board, and he'll be behind no balls and 2 strikes. Billy Green now talking to both managers. Massa Endo and Scott Podmore. Scott Podmore very animated over there. But it will be a foul ball. So Brandon Sparks down, no balls and 2 strikes. Canterbury making more noise over that call than the Manly dugout did on the foul ball in the previous inning. So the 0-2 from Gessner is going to be high. A ball and 2 strikes. So lead off here in the 6th inning. Just under 1 hour to play. That ball down for ball 2, even in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls that one off to keep his at bat alive. Long pause by Gessner. Delivers now the 2-2. And the ball's going to be pulled into or lifted into left field. Matto rounds it up, gets it in. It's going to be a single for Sparks, and he's going to be on here eventually in the top of the 6th. So Canterbury with another runner on base to start the inning off. We're joined in the broadcast booth by left-hander third-grade pitcher Ben Logue.
Evening, guys. How are we?
Very close one, this one, Benny.
It is. I got here about the top of the 4th, and I guess it's pitching well. So, good little battle we've got going on here.
So Gessner with the runner on. Gets a swing out of Will Fullerton to start things off. And that one down for 1 ball and a strike. The Benny third graders, good start to the season. Couple of lean weeks the last few weeks. What's your take on the performance so far?
We've had a few very good games and a couple of close games, and then some that have just blown out. No, it's been alright. Hopefully, looking pretty good on the table at the moment. We'll try to finish in the top 4 to get to those final series.
Plenty in the hunt for that third grade top 4. think there's only a game and a half between third and sixth at the moment. So Manly side definitely in it. Tough one on the weekend against Borkham Hills. Not able to generate a lot of offence. As Will Fullerton lifts that ball into centre field. Greg Havercorn firing it back to first base to try and get a lazy Brandon Sparks, but he's back there, and that's the first out of the inning. And you personally, Benny, how have you been?
Been better, to be fair.
Let's talk about your season so far.
So
before
far,
we get to the
I've
topic.
had 17 innings and been pretty good. A couple of starts and a couple of relief, and I probably only had one bad start, but still managed to get the win on that one against Ryde.
Always good to beat Ryde.
Thanks to that offence. The last 2 weeks I've been sitting on the bench. I have partially fractured and torn one of the ligaments in my elbow.
So you fractured a ligament?
So the bone, I did it 4 years ago, and the bone that is calcified and grown has refractured worse this time round.
Right, so a recurring injury then?
Yeah, more or less. So I had no sign of it beforehand, and just like the game against Central Coast in my second inning, couldn't even tell you when it went. It just went. And it wasn't until after the game I felt it, and that night and the day after I couldn't straighten or flex my arm.
Not a good feeling to be in, I guess, especially in your role as a personal trainer. You need full range of motion at all times.
I need all my limbs to lift stuff and tell people to work harder and all that. So it's been a bit challenging these last 10 days or so trying to deal with this and all. So
Luka Krosky taking strike one there to get his third at bat of the night underway. So when you did it the first time, what was your firstly, as the ball's lifted in the right field, it's a long run, but Yoshi Mizawa's going to get back underneath it in shallow right field and make the catch. It's going to be the second out of the inning. Yeah, so when you did it the first time, what were kind of some of the signs? Were you able to identify it early? Or
I got an X-ray straight away, and it showed an avulsion fracture, which is where the ligament tears part of the bone off. And so it was in a brace pretty much straight away for that one for about 3 weeks.
Did you know it was hurting? And
I knew it was hurting straight away. I heard a snap, crack, and a pop all at the same time.
How were those rice bubbles, alright?
Yeah, they tasted really good. Pretty sugar on top.
So 2 out, runner not going. Call from the bench. The runner breaking but stopping. The first pitch strike for Jackson White. So this time you didn't really know when it happened?
This time couldn't pinpoint it. Tried looking back on the footage and still couldn't see anything. So it was very hard to know when it happened, and it wasn't until I got into the dugout and felt sore, and then it just got worse as the day went on. And at night, I said couldn't get beyond say 30 degrees and couldn't get much past 90 degrees on the flexion.
So 1 ball and a strike here for White, who's flown out to right field and struck out so far in this game. So what's the prognosis from here? I saw you had the old Megatron race on last Sunday out at Borkham Hills.
Yeah, well, I've still got that on. It's a slightly fancier one.
Fancier one, eh?
This one from a specialist I saw during the week.
That pitch in for strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes now for White. 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning.
So the specialist is giving me 2 options: a 3 to 6 month waiting period in terms of self-recovery and no surgery. But no guarantees I'll be 100% after that, or I have surgery straight away.
Takes off there. It's going to be strike 3 though, so that'll finish the top of the 6th inning. We'll continue our chat with Benny Logue here. It's still 0-0 here as the Eagles will come up to bat. It's going to be Yoshi Mizawa, Gabs Matto and Adam O'Neill to try and get some offense started for the Eagles. So what are you choosing to do?
Well, I'm seeing one more specialist on Wednesday next week. So I'll find out a little bit more then in terms of a second opinion and what he says. But I've tentatively booked in surgery in January. But that gives me 4 weeks to see if there is any sign of recovery. And if it's getting better, then hopefully no surgery. But if it's not, I'm more leaning towards it so I don't miss out on too much of future seasons.
So given that there's no guarantee that you'll be back to full strength, and you didn't have surgery last time,
Didn't have surgery last time, correct?
would surgery be the better option for you, or
I think it might be, so it hopefully doesn't happen again, and that's kind of why, obviously, being the exact same injury, just a larger fracture on part of the bone that's grown, and that's where the damage is because the ligament is obviously not as strong now as well. So
I mean, I'm no doctor,
there
but
is
you
that.
think when something
You
breaks,
would think
breaks
so.
for the second time, you want to take a different recovery method.
So it's,
That'd mean shorter recovery for you, or you'd
no,
be able to start rehab sooner.
Start rehab sooner, but it's still a 12-month
Right.
full recovery. And you'd be surprised it's not Tommy John.
Not Tommy John.
Not Tommy John. I was as shocked as you were there, Luke.
So you were very worried about that
I was.
last week.
I was very...
Well, not so much worried, but
Not worried, but it did cross my mind a lot.
you were resigned to the fact that you might have been going under the old
going
TJ
down that,
surgery.
And Adam O'Neill I spoke to him as he's had it before in the past, and he's like, "Oh, I've had all that." I was like, "Oh, thanks for that reassurance." So we'll see what happens. Still get a little bit of a scar, and they go in there. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens or what I decide to choose.
So it'll be Yoshi Umezawa to get this bottom of the six underway for the Eagles. Mitch Simon still out there on the mound. 2/3 of an inning of work coming in and taking off from Luke Rakowski. And he's behind two balls and one strike here. First pitch is called strike. So plenty of cheerleading for you for the rest of the year then, Benny?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be sitting up either on the bench or at the announcing table. Had a good run at that on the day of the injury. Got a few compliments as well.
Grounds out there to the second baseman. First out of this bottom of the sixth. Yeah, certainly a big day last Sunday. Day before rather, Pink Hope Ladies Day. The club raising up $2,500 for Pink Hope. So we thank everyone that was at the ballpark, bought the pink hats, bought raffle tickets. 10 great prizes were given away that day. So a big thanks to our sponsors who also donated those prizes. And a big day, Benny.
Yeah, it was very good.
Good day on the mic for you. You mixed up everyone's playlists.
Look, I did. I gave them what they wanted, and then thought, you know what, have a bit of fun with it. And got a few looks, and even a couple of nicknames were dropped in there as well.
No nicknames that we could repeat on air.
Oh no, they were okay. We had Adam O'Neill, the president's son. I thought that was pretty good. We had James Miller. He loves a nap. So that was a good one. He was out on the mound there.
Nap time, not Miller time.
It was nap time, definitely. So
Yeah,
got a good laugh out of that.
Fouls the first pitch he sees from Mitch Simon.
Good laugh out of that when he
Takes
was on the
that one
mound.
in for strike two.
Good laugh from James when he was on the mound when he heard that.
Looks like Zach McAllister loosening up in the Eagles bullpen, and Gabriel Matto goes down on strike. Second out of this inning, Mitch Simon working quickly here. 6 pitches so far in the bottom of the sixth inning. Looking to keep this game tied at 0-0. Manly with a 0-0 draw early this year against Blacktown, out of Blacktown 3 weeks or so ago now. And Adam O'Neill squares the bunt but pulls it back for ball one.
See if Annie can extend the inning here. Keep it going.
Keep it going. Indeed. That ball down. Fouled. Not fouled, no, straight down. So 1 ball on the strike. Thought I heard 2 noises. Thanks to Josh Staley for tuning in. He's giving me his professional opinion on that foul ball in the previous Manly offensive inning. Said the play was definitely in left field. Sorry, in foul territory in left field.
It was tough to see the ball being touched in fair territory from his position. So Billy Green, as always, 100% right. And that ball's down in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. So Adam O'Neill with the count in his favour here. Hello to Byron Frost watching on. And that's ball 4. No, strike 2. Adam O'Neill thought it was ball 4. Looked like ball 4 to me.
Didn't like that call.
Didn't like it. So Mitch Simon will get one more opportunity to get the third out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Adam O'Neill will extend his at bat. So Benny, all going well. You get through surgery. When can we see you back out in the mound?
Hopefully at least third of the way through next season.
Third of the way through next season.
2021 season, about November. Obviously depending on my own recovery and rehab. Could be sooner, but I'm not going to rush anything.
Given you work in the gym, mate, you got plenty of facilities and
plenty of facilities,
opportunities
plenty of
for you to
accessories
your
and things
rehab
to
done.
use to, which I did before when I did it 4 years ago and came back stronger. So hopefully keep that going and play for many more years to come.
And that pitch down the middle, but Adam O'Neill can't keep up with it, and that'll finish the 6th inning. So we're still tied up here. Thanks to Benny Logue for joining us in the broadcast booth tonight. We're going to head into the 7th inning.
Good pleasure, gentlemen.
And hopefully the Manly defence can keep things to 0 and get it done on the other side of the Diamonds.
So James Miller out for the Eagles here in the top of the 7th inning. Like I said, was absolutely brilliant last Wednesday night out at Blacktown against the Kookaburras. 4 shutout innings. Big change in speed. You go from mid-90s, low 90s from Gessner to 60s and 70s from Miller. Takes you an inning or two to adjust. And Balcombe Hills weren't able to do that last week. Big swing from McDonald there for strike 1. Up. 2 balls and a strike. And that ball's down in the dirt and gets away from Kremer. Looks like we had the count wrong on that one, so it's a strikeout there for Miller. Travis McDonald down on strikes. It'll be James's first strikeout of the night. And another swing and a miss there, this time with Uric. Unable to get any bat on that one. And he doesn't check his that one on that. Billy Green says, yes, you swung at that one. So Miller ahead 0-2. Very similar fashion that Gessler was getting the job done. That pitch on the belt, but high. 2 balls and 1 strike for Uric. One and 2 here for Uric. That ball's lifted up into the night sky. Adam O'Neill charging in for it. Can't make the catch. Gets down in front of him. Hagercorn cleans it up. It's just getting away from the glove of Adam O'Neill. May have lost it either in the lights. And the Vikings will have a runner aboard here with 1 out. Mitch Simon, the current pitcher for the Vikings. Fouls off the first offering from Miller. Mitch is struck out and grounded out. He's 2 at bats so far tonight. And that pitch on the knees, a ball and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes. Don't know why I keep getting this count wrong. First pitch was fouled off, and then the called strike, so none and 2. Miller floating the curveball. Backdoor check to first base. Not in time. I don't think McDonald actually got the tag on over there. Uric back in time. And the foul ball there extends the out back for Simon. Counter will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Miller looking for another out here. Hopefully might even be able to get himself a double play. Checks back over at Uric. So James Miller called for the balk there. Possibly put off by the play call from Billy Green. Takes a double play out of order in this instance. Stu Uric going on the pitch. Mitch Simon fouling it off, keeping his at bat alive. Uric had the base stolen, picked Miller's back pocket. But with 2 strikes against his name, Simon had to keep it alive. And the stolen base was erased, and he is able to get the strike out. So 2 outs now for Miller here in the top of the 7th inning. So it'll be Aaron Riley. He'll be happy to see a bit of a change of pace. 0 for 2 with a ground out to Torpy and a called strike 3 in the 5th. Uric takes off again. The ball's lifted high into the left field sky. Gabriel Matto underneath it. Makes the catch. And Uric's base running, it comes to nothing. And the Manly Eagles will come up with Treg Habercorn to lead things off for the 3rd straight time. This game's still tied at 0. So Mitch Simon gets us underway with the ball here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The debutant Treg Habercorn at bat. And he will take that pitch in the foot. And will turn the lineup over for the Eagles. So Jalen Ray for the 4th time tonight takes the pitch in for strike 1. Habercorn stealing second base after walking in his last at bat, so we'll be looking to do something very similar here. Jalen Ray behind 0 and 2. Grounds the ball up the middle to the shortstop. Won't have a play at second. In the ball. Jalen Ray will be aboard. He's going to turn around first and go to third. Second. Habercorn turns around and goes to third. Jalen Ray's got the job done though. He's put the ball in play. He's moved Habercorn all the way over to third base. He is thrown out at second. But Manly are 90 feet away from scoring the first run of this ball game. And it's going to bring up the catcher, Jules Kremer. Singled in his last at bat is 1 for 3 tonight. Minimum job required here for Kremer. Punches the ball to the right side. It's going to be a play at home. Thrown high. It's going to be the run. Manly have got the lead. It's 1-0. The throw high from Travis McDonald takes the catcher away from the tag. Will Fullerton caught the ball jumping. Probably had time to get the tag down, but wasn't able to apply it in time. Jules Kremer's going to be aboard on the fielder's choice, and Manly Eagles will take the lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning, 1-0. Good play by McDonald. Got the ball on one bounce. Just the throw was too high to be able to get the tag down on a sliding Habercorn as Jules Kremer steals second base. Manly getting it done here. Nice strong throw by Will Fullerton, just not in time. Kremer going on first move, and the Eagles have another run in scoring position. So Connor McDonald steps in with that run standing on second base. And it's strike 2 for McDonald. And the 0-2 is going to be low for ball 1, so a ball and 2 strikes. Manly able to manufacture a run here. They left the bases loaded in the last inning. That was their best chance to score a run tonight, apart from the Connor McDonald double in the first inning. And that ball's going to be on the outside corner for strike 3. Big pitch there by Mitch Simon, rung up by Billy Green. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Mitch Simon with that low arm slot, able to get the ball to tail across the front corner of the plate for strike 3. And it's 2 away here for the Eagles. So they have Rodney Van Busen at the plate. Rod is going to ground the ball to the third baseman. Can't throw it across the diamond in time. No, he does. He gets it across there. It's a good reach by Travis McDonald. They're going to finish the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Eagles score the first run of the game. As we head to the 8th inning, Manly Eagles 1, lead the Canterbury Vikings none on the Procar automated scoreboard. So it'll be Riley Taylor to lead things off here for the Vikings in the top of the 8th inning. James Miller back out for his second inning of work. Good play there by Aaron Riley to finish the 7th inning. Definitely didn't give him enough credit on that. Came, attacked the ball, picked it up, clean throw, and a good stretch by Travis McDonald at first. Got the 3rd out of the inning and ended the Manly threat with Jules Kremer turning the corner at 3rd. Would have been a handy insurance run for the Eagles. James Miller's ahead here, no balls and 1 strike. Gets another swing out of Riley Taylor there. Big thank you to our viewers for tuning in tonight. And that pitch over and in. Curveball from Jimmy Miller. A Miller time special, and it's the 1st out of the inning. 2nd strikeout for Taylor on the night. We'll turn the lineup over to the shortstop Brandon Sparks. So Sparks, a pair of strikeouts and a single into left field in his last at-bat. So it's going to be a busy weekend of baseball action here at the ballpark. We've got our women's team playing here on Friday night. The game has just been moved and confirmed as moved. The 10-2 Manly Eagles women's will take on last year's runners-up and perennial champions, the Greenway Giants. That's a 7:30 start here at Aquatic. So get up here and check out the Chicks play baseball. And a big fastball there by James Miller on Brandon Sparks. 2nd out of the inning. 2nd strikeout looking here. And that's going to bring a visit from Massa Endo. And it'll give me time to let everyone know what's happening here at the ballpark this week. And Saturday, we are going to be streaming the under-18s game live. First time we've had an opportunity to do that this year. And I'll be flying solo because my producer, Andrew Logue, will be playing himself on the back diamond. So he'll be joining me later on, potentially. But we'll have the under-18s game for the first pitch at 2 p.m. And that'll be followed by the Manly Futures game at 4:30. I think that's scheduled to start. And then on Sunday, we'll be live from 9 o'clock. With 3rd grade getting underway at 9:30, 2nd grade at noon, and the 1st grade action underway at 2:30. Our final round of 2019 before the Christmas break. As James Miller fires in another strike. And then we're back here on the 15th of January for the game against Penrith as 2020 gets underway and the run home to the finals for all 7 of our teams. 6 of our teams. 6. So 2 balls here for Miller down. Young catcher, Will Fullerton. Strikeout, ground out, and a fly out to centre field so far tonight. And that's a swinging strike. 2 balls and a strike now. 2 balls and 2 strikes, I'm corrected. Thank you, Billy Green. So Miller here, one pitch away from getting the Manly bats back in action. And the foul ball cleaned up by Torpy in front of the coach's box there. The count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. So make sure you tune in. Plenty of action over the weekend. We won't be able to bring you the girls' game on Friday night, so make sure you get up to the ballpark. Bar and the canteen open, and Benny Logue will be DJ calling the game for you. As that ball is hit to Connor McDonald. Big dive from Connor. It's going to be out at first base. Great athleticism from the big fella. That's the third out of the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom. The Manly Eagles 1, Canterbury Vikings 0. It's going to be Aidan Torpy for the Eagles to lead things off. A ball and a strike here for the Manly third baseman. Struck out, walked, and flied into right field. And that ball hit hard into right field, straight to Luke Krakowski, this time on the bounce. And Torpy will be aboard here. Possibly the last inning of this ball game tonight. Only 4 minutes remaining on the clock. Yoshi Umazawa will step in. Shows bunt. He's called for a strike. Show pulls it up again, but this time foul. So Umazawa behind, no balls and 2 strikes. May look to go again. Nothing really to lose if he pulls it off. Gabriel Mato waiting in behind him. And plenty of options on the bench for Massa Endo and Chris Corey to go to. And a swing and a miss from Umazawa, so he's down on strikes. Doesn't show bunt. Good pitch from Simon, keeping it down and away. And Gabriel Mato will get aboard. Hard hit ground ball through the left side into left field. And Manly will have 2 runners on with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Adam O'Neill will bat with one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-0 ball game in the favour of the Eagles. Pitcher's duel here with Josh Gessner and Travis McDonald getting it started. Mitch Simon coming in and throwing a couple of innings of very good work to shut down the Manly Eagles attack, preventing them from scoring with loaded bases. Adam O'Neill showing bunt on his first pitch for strike 1 and then taking that one for strike 2. He's behind 0-2 here. And he will punch that one through the right side. Not able to be curtailed there by the second baseman, Riley Taylor. And it's going to be an RBI for O'Neill, knocking in Aidan Torpey. And Manly are going to extend their lead and probably close out this ball game, now leading 2-0. And it's going to be the centre fielder making his Manly debut. Trent Habercorn lifts that one into left centre field. It's going to get to the fence. It's going to be at least a double for Habercorn. He's going to stretch it over to third base. He's very quick is Treg. In there with a head first slide into third base. And it's a dirty triple for Treg Habercorn. Clean set of wheels getting all the way over there, knocking in another 2 runs, and it's Manly 4-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch attack there by Treg Habercorn. The ball just tailing all the way out of the range of the centre fielder, and that is game, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Simon throwing the ball over into Belrose in disgust. Your Manly Eagles 4 have defeated the Canterbury Vikings none. Josh Gessner 6 superb innings on the mound, striking out 11. James Miller with 2 innings in relief, getting his fair share of strikeouts, 5 in total. So Manly back-to-back Wednesday night games with no runs. Shutout innings from the Manly pitching on Wednesday nights. Manly picking up a very important win right before the Christmas break. Treg Habercorn on debut, picking up his first hit in Manly colours, his first hit down under, and we hope that his family are watching back home. It will be early in the morning. He's endured a very long trek to get here, and he's finished his game in style, so welcome to the Manly Ball Club, Treg Habercorn. And that's it from tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Very thank you for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday this week. Don't forget, we will be live on air, hopefully around 1:45 with the under-18s game, followed by our futures game, and then live and exclusive on EBSN here from Aquatic Ballpark all day Sunday as we celebrate Christmas and a little bit of a break with the Canterbury Vikings in town. Until then, big thank you to Andrew Logue. I'm Luke Eisenhower. Good night.